it's me, Blanche, and welcome back to Feasts in the Middle East. And I wanted to share a recipe with you that was such a huge hit at the Fancy Food Show that I'm like, it's time that I share this with my Fit Me family. Now, the Fancy Food Show is one of the biggest food shows on the planet. It was in San Francisco, and my task as a representative for a food company called Sadaf was to attract as many people to the booth as possible. And I managed to do that with these kufta meatballs that are glazed with pomegranate, molasses, and balsamic glaze. It's amazing. And no sooner than I would make 100 meatballs, they were gone. And even the smell, people were coming for the smell. They're like, what is this girl making here in this booth? And it attracted so much attention. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save this for my cookbook and share it with all my peeps on Feast in the Middle East. I'm gonna be using beef, but you could use turkey and you could use chicken. And so we're gonna get started though. I have about a pound here of grass-fed organic beef that's been ground. And to that, we're gonna add a bunch of parsley. And here are some black garlic, guys. I've used this on the show before, but the black garlic has all of the sweetness of garlic without the pungency and tons of nutritional benefits because it is fermented. I'll show you, it's kind of got a fudgy texture. I could even break it in half like that. You could eat it just as is. That's how good this garlic is. And it comes in like here I used Sadaf. It's a package that comes from Sadaf. And that's who I represented for the Fancy Food Show. So we also have a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs, any kind of breadcrumbs you wish. You could even use gluten-free. A teaspoon of allspice, a half of an onion. I just used a red onion. You could use any kind of onion you wish. And salt and pepper. Just get a food processor and it'll make everything twice as fast. So first I'm gonna add the black garlic to the food processor, and I'm gonna grind up the black garlic all by itself first. Okay, you see now the black garlic has been ground up, so I have half an onion cut up in quarters, and I'm gonna just add that, just like this. Here we go. We're just gonna make sure that it's finely ground. And to that, I'm gonna add the parsley, which adds a nice freshness to the meat. It's like a nice, bright, fresh flavor. And here we go. Look how easy this is, guys. Now that's done, what I'm gonna do is put on my trusty gloves, because I know some of you are like, ew, you're handling raw meat, that's disgusting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and you could get the kids to do that, put the gloves on them and have them help you out, because if they help you out, they're more apt to eat it. So look, I'm gonna actually make a flattened meatball because there's more surface area and they'll cook more quickly, because I get very impatient when I'm cooking and and my family gets impatient. So this ensures that it'll get cooked a lot faster. So I'm just gonna keep going until I finish all of these meatballs right here. All right, here we go. So here in this pan I have about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You could add more if you want. Make sure your pan is completely heated. I say this over and over again because if you put anything on a cold pan and then you heat it up, the food is going to stick to the pan. You don't want anything sticking to the pan. And here's another trick. If you don't want to roll the meatballs by hand like I did, and you want them all uniform in the same shape, use a melon baller. And if you want big meatballs, use an ice cream scoop. They'll be huge, but you have to make sure that they're cooked inside and out, so you'll have to cover it to make sure that the inside of the meatball's cooked as well, okay? So we're gonna start here. Here, I just put a tiny piece. I could tell that it's sizzling. So we're gonna start putting the meatballs in here. And you don't wanna crowd the pan too much either, because then you'll end up having steamed meatballs, and you want them, you know, to have a nice color, like a nice glazed color. So I'm gonna do it in batches, you know. So while that's cooking, what I'm gonna do is make the glaze. The glaze is really awesome. 1 tablespoon of pomegranate molasses, 1 tablespoon of balsamic glaze, a tablespoon of honey, and a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I'm gonna put it in my mini food processor. So here we go. Here's the 1/4 cup of olive oil, a tablespoon of the pomegranate molasses, a tablespoon of the balsamic glaze, And I'm gonna scoop in a tablespoon of honey. Now, obviously, this glaze is on the sweet side, and it's an alternative to barbecue sauce. And I love it because there's no high fructose corn syrup. This is all natural fruit sugars from the pomegranate and the honey and the balsamic vinegar. So I'm gonna whirl this around. That's the easiest glaze in the world. Is I'm gonna pour this glaze in here, into this cup here, just like that, right? So what I'm gonna do is glaze the meatballs as soon as they're done. Look at these meatballs, they're looking great. So I'm gonna flip these over. There we go. We're gonna cook the other side like this, and we'll be ready to glaze them very, very soon. I wish I could share these with you guys right now. Oh, they're so good. Like I said, these make a great party appetizer, or as our cameraman here, Alex, suggested, sliders. Try making these as like Middle Eastern sliders with like caramelized onions, maybe some goat cheese, some Gouda cheese. And I just like to garnish it with a little more parsley. And you could even use lamb too. Like I use beef, you could use lamb. Here's some parsley, just to add some color. And some pine nuts. Now you see that glaze I made earlier? Let's drizzle it all over the top. It adds like a really nice sweetness. Here we go. You could brush it along. This is so decadent, it's unbelievable. And it's fun for summer, and it makes a great winter burger too. So it's like sweet. It's got awesome flavor from that black garlic, the sweet onion. It is just a total winner. And did you see how easy? I just used a couple of food processors, threw some ingredients together, and boom, awesome Middle Eastern meatballs. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on that bell next to my name so you can get videos as soon as I upload them. And if you want more party-like appetizers, leave them in the comments below. And my favorite comment, I will pin it. So keep commenting, guys, and I will pin my favorite one. Until next time, sahteen, and I will see you soon in my next video.
And just for you, I revamped my website, feastinthemiddleeast.com, where you can get written recipes of everything that I show you on this program. All you have to do is subscribe, and you'll get the recipes in the mail.